Hello, welcome to this week's Private Funds Update. I'm Sandra from SmartEsq, and today is Thursday, August 26th, 2026. Let's dive in. First up, dual registered advisors are getting substantial relief. On August 18th, 2026, the CFTC approved a proposed rulemaking to introduce Regulation 413A4. This rule formally restores a full commodity pool operator registration exemption. For SEC, registered investment advisors managing private funds offered to qualified eligible persons. Crucially, unlike the 413A3 de minimis exemption, this proposal imposes no trading limits on commodity interests. The CFTC is also doubling the small pool exemption threshold. Under Regulation 4.13A2, from $400,000 to $800,000. If finalized, this will eliminate duplicative Form CPO-PQR filings and NFA membership requirements for qualifying private fund managers. Turning to institutional capital, private credit managers face heightened scrutiny following the NAIC's Summer National Meeting in August 2026. The NAIC's Financial Stability Task Force published its risk dashboard, warning about the opacity, valuation practices, and systemic exposure of private equity-owned life insurers heavily invested in private credit. Concurrently, the Statutory Accounting Principles Working Group exposed proposed revisions to SSAP number 26, bonds. The update seeks to restrict financial asset-backed security structures, including certain rated feeders and repackagings, with embedded asset liability management or reinvestment risk from receiving favorable bond accounting treatment. If you manage insurance capital and private debt, expect tighter structural requirements and revised life risk-based capital charges ahead. Finally, in enforcement, the SEC sent a stark warning to pre-IPO and growth equity sponsors. On August 10, 2026, the SEC charged New York-based advisor Audit Ventures Management, its CEO Eric Munson, and affiliated general partners with defrauding investors across pre-IPO vehicles, investing in companies like SpaceX and Klarna. The complaint alleges unauthorized loans, undisclosed acquisition fees, and principal markups on secondary shares. The broader takeaway for fund lawyers is the registration breakdown. Audit operated as an exempt reporting advisor, claiming the venture capital fund exemption under Section 203L and Rule 203L-1 of the Advisors Act. Because Audit acquired primarily secondary pre-IPO shares rather than direct primary equity, it blew past the 20% basket. Claiming the exemption did not insulate the firm from anti-fraud oversight, it merely added a failure to register charge. It merely added an illegal failure to register charge to a multi-million-dollar enforcement action. That concludes this week's briefing. For a deeper analysis on how these changes affect your compliance programs and deal structuring, please review our newsletter and visit www.smartesc.ai.